just entered the ground. Fang Bing has reached a depth of 4,500 kilometers directly. And at this moment, after just exploring, Fang Bing estimates own current depth, it should have reached 4,800 kilometers. And the obstacle in front of him also occurs at this depth. Although Fang Bing has advanced to a depth of 300 kilometers. But I still feel like I can handle it, so he swam towards the obstacle ahead, going to have a look. This thing that blocks half of the magma channel. It's just rocks after all. Or the celestial cub that I have been looking for a long time. Soon, Fang Bing swam to the narrowed passage. He looked at the wall-like obstacle in front of him. Then, he confirmed it. This thing is definitely not an ordinary stone. Because Fang Bing actually found patterns on the wall. That carved texture, full of mysterious rhythm. It looks very mysterious. See here. Fang Bing has basically confirmed. This wall in front of me, just as part of the celestial family. Only because the body of the celestial race is too large. So, it doesn't matter which part you see. It's like a wall. It's normal to think about it. A creature with a high file size half the size of the Earth. Can it be too big? But, although Fang Bing confirmed that he found the celestials, still want to make sure, only if the target is really confirmed. Fang Bing can proceed to the next step, so Fang Bing pressed his hand directly to the wall in front of him. Initiated a material conversion. Then, he found out. I really failed. That's right. The reason why Fang Bing did this. That's because his matter transformation ability. It is still not possible to convert living creatures. So, if the wall in front of you is the celestial race, then his material transformation cannot be successful. Since it is not successful now, it means that Fang Bing has indeed been found. The wall in front of him is actually a living thing, and can survive at a depth of 4,800 kilometers underground. Still so huge, there is no one except the celestials. So, the problem Fang Bing faced, there is only one left. That is, how to feed this celestial cub. To feed, first of all, we must find the mouth of this celestial race. And now, Fang Bing didn't even connect to the wall in front of him. It is unclear which part of the celestial race. And he didn't dare to act rashly, because the celestial cub in front of him is not dead. Just sleeping. If Fang Bing did something to wake it up, then the celestial gods will now come ahead of time. The Earth just crumbled to pieces. After all, the current population on Earth. In fact, it has completely met the needs of the gods of the celestial cubs. According to the development of the plot, that is a few years later. This celestial cub, it will automatically wake up. So, Fang Bing needs to do this without waking the celestial cubs. Find its head. Then secretly feed it. This is so difficult. Fang Bing was a little confused when he started to explore down this magma channel. He just thought that he could find the celestial cub. There is an opportunity to feed. Never thought about it. This is the case now after finding it. I didn't even think about it carefully. How to feed it. So he's kind of at a loss right now. Then, he stood in front of the wall, think deeply. After a while, Fang Bing cleared his mind. I feel that I want to find the head of the god. First of all, you have to confirm the wall in front of you. What exactly is it? Then according to the location. To judge. What route should I take? Walk along the body of the gods. So, Fang Bing didn't go down to explore again. Because, go down the narrowed lava channel again. It will only let him reach the center of the Earth. That doesn't make any sense, because it is definitely impossible for the celestials to turn their heads towards the center of the Earth. Conceived upside down. So, its body. It must be just outside the center of the Earth. And here, there is still a distance of 1,200 kilometers to the center of the Earth. Fang Bing wants to detect where this wall belongs. Then you need to leave this magma channel, into the mantle. Explore horizontally. So, Fang Bing swam directly to the right. Has been along the patterned wall. Swim to the edge of the magma channel. Then, he discovered the boundary between the patterned wall and the ordinary Earth. The rest. It's that simple. Fang Bing turned on material travel. Directly into the mantle. Explore along the patterned walls all the way. Although, Fang Bing's material travel super ability, it can only be activated for 10 minutes at a time. But, he also possesses material transformation. After the traversal time is over, Fang Bing immediately launched the material conversion. Move dirt and rocks near yourself. All turned into water. While transforming. While continuing to explore slowly forward. Although this is very slow. But, it's better than staying where you are. And wait until an hour later. At the end of the material travel ability cooldown again. Began to soar. Traveled again for 10 minutes and quickly explored forward. Such a speed. Although it adds up to many times worse than swimming in magma. But, fortunately, the distance Fang Bing needs to explore is not too long. And he was lucky enough. After 8 hours. Fang Bing has confirmed. The patterned wall just blocked the magma channel. What part of a cub belonging to the celestial clan? That is. One finger. Yes. Let Fang Bing work underground for 8 hours. Only then did I figure out the shape of the thing. It's just a finger of a celestial cub. You can see this celestial being. Although still underage. How huge is the body size? After Fang Bing confirmed that the thing was a finger. Just opened the portal directly. Left the ground. Plus magma exploration. He has been underground for about 10 hours. It's so boring that I can't stand it anymore. And next. His things to do. Needs to be done on the ground. After returning to the ground. Fang Bing appeared in his villa. He pulls out his laptop. Start using your math knowledge. Do a series of calculations. Yes. Now that the position of the finger has been obtained. And I also know the file size of the fingers of the celestials. So. Fang Bing thinks. It can be calculated by itself through mathematics. The file size of the celestial body. And the position and depth of the head of the celestials. So. Wait until the calculation is complete. He can know. Should I continue to be at the finger's position? Walk along the body of the god towards the head. Or it should go straight down from the ground. Whichever distance is shorter. Which is faster. Fortunately. Now Fang Bing's overall earth science knowledge level is very high. Beyond the vast majority of experts and professors in the world. So. It only took him 10 minutes. He successfully calculated the position of the head of the celestial race. That is. Antarctica. Yes, where the head of the celestials is facing. It is Antarctica. Count here. Fang Bing also remembered. When watching movies in my previous life. Finally, everyone from the eternal race. Prevent the celestial gods from appearing. The body of the gods. It just emerged from the ice and snow, just before. Fang Bing couldn't confirm where the icy and snowy land was at all. And now. Fang Bing has completely got his bearings. Know the area where the head of the celestials is located. And. He also fully calculated the depth. It is about 3,000 kilometers underground, so. If Fang Bing wants from Antarctica. All the way down. Go straight to the tinling guy of the celestial cub. Then you need to drill down to 3,000 kilometers. And if Fang Bing did not calculate wrongly. He from the fingers. Along the arm of the celestials. Find the head melon of the celestial race along the way. The distance is about 4,000 to 5,000 kilometers, definitely. This also remains to be seen. The celestials are in the earth. What is the pose? If it is curled up. Fang Bing may go faster from the direction of the finger. But. He's not going to gamble. He's going straight to Antarctica. All the way down from Antarctica. Open a channel in the mantle. All the way to the head of the gods. This is the safest way. It will also be successful. But. Word of the day. Fang Bing is out of time. Because. This matter. It cannot be accomplished overnight. Because with his current material time travel super ability. Plus material conversion. Speed through the mantle. Not fast. Want to traverse a distance of 3,000 kilometers. Arrive at the head of the god. Fang Bing calculated the time. No matter what, I had to work without sleep for 10 days. The main reason is still. When he initiates a material conversion. The speed of action is too slow. And the super ability to travel through matter. Only 1 hour can use the 10-minute egg pain cooling time. When searching for the keel beneath New York. A hole was drilled hundreds of meters from the ground to the ground. It also took some time. Not to mention where you are going now. It is 3,000 kilometers, and there is no magma channel yet. Let him go downstream quickly and smoothly, so. Fang Bing was going to do other things first. Drill down to find the brain. Then take your time. Take the time to explore a certain distance down every day. Then go directly through the portal next time. So. Basically within half a month, he can find the head of the celestial race. Wait for the head of the celestial race to be found. Fang Bing believes. Feeding thing. Should be simple. The little thumb of the gods is as big as that. Then his mouth. No matter how small. Also big enough to stuff yourself with food. So. After Fang Bing finished the calculation in the villa. Just opened the portal and went to Antarctica. Then follow the calculated position. In a plain of ice and snow. After finding a place. Just left. Next time. Tomorrow. He can directly open the portal. Arrive here. Start the drilling process. And now. Although Fang Bing is already a bit tired. But. He still has two important things to do. First. Naturally, it was a summoning spell. Because he stayed underground for 10 hours. This is the time of the outside world. It's already daytime the next day. The cooldown of the summoning spell has long since ended. The second thing. Naturally, he went to Wenwu. Beat him up. Take away the 10 rings, an artifact of unknown origin. And Fang Bing. After a little weighing in my mind. I feel that although civil and military are now. They should have returned to the 10 ring gang. But he couldn't escape anyway. It's better to use the number of summoning spells first. Otherwise it would be too wasteful. So. After Fang Bing walked out from the portal. Came directly to the hive star. It's here. He didn't have to worry about conjuring something. Accidentally destroyed the earth. Thereafter. Fang Bing stood on a wasteland. He stretched out his hand and summoned the summoning array of Ulu metal from the portable space. The king is on the ground. Then, he followed the usual practice. Use the food maker. Created 3 food spree. First throw a copy to the center of the summoning circle. Read the summoning spell. After a while. A lovely voice came to Fang Bing's mind. Pikachu. Fang Bing was taken aback. Grooving? Opposite as Pishin? Then what is hesitation? Fang Bing hurried. The creature calling Pikachu from another dimension. A contract of equality was signed. In exchange for this gourmet gift pack. Summon it into this world. After the contract is formed. Fang Bing recited the summoning spell. Moment. Summoning circle. The light flickered for a while. A figure tens of centimeters tall. Appeared in the center of the summoning circle. Just appeared. It began to pick up the gourmet gift package. Find your favorite food in it. And Fang Bing. Looking at the familiar creature in front of him. I immediately confirmed it in my heart. This stuff. Really Pikachu. Pikachu in the fairy world. Only. What Fang Bing didn't know was. This Pikachu group. Is wild? Or domesticated? Is it the one next to Xiaoji? Will it be 100,000 volts? Although Fang Bing didn't understand Pikachu's words. And this Pikachu didn't talk to him either. He just cared about holding a small cake and eating it beautifully. But. Fang Bing is no longer what it used to be. He owns Professor X's telepathy, at such a close distance. Even if he doesn't understand Pikachu's language. You can also hear Pikachu's inner thoughts directly. For example. This Pikachu at the moment. The inner thought is. Forehead. No idea. This guy just thinks about how the food in front of him is so delicious. Alright. It seems that the idea of AA finding out its origin through mind reading is not working. But. Fortunately, the speed at which this Pikachu eats. Not slow at all. After a while. Fang Bing has already successfully heard the voice in his head. Ding. Fang Bing hastily opened the system log. Start looking at this Pikachu's list of abilities. Pikachu, 100,000 volts IV6. This Poké Copyrightmon has a unique skill called 100,000 volts, which can emit electricity all over its body, attack all surrounding enemies, and have a chance to paralyze them. Discharge IV6. This Poké Copyrightmon has a move called Discharge, which can release the electricity stored in the body in the form of lightning to attack the enemy. High-speed movement IV6. This Poké Copyrightmon has a move called High-speed movement, which can greatly increase its own speed, dodge or speed up the speed of attacking enemies. Grid LV6. This Poké Copyrightmon has a move called Grid, which can use the electricity in its body to form a grid to attack the enemy. Sacrifice Rush LV6. This Poké Copyrightmon has a move called Sacrificing Rush, which can hit the enemy with all its strength at a critical moment. I don't know though. This Pikachu, is it Xiaoji's one? But. Its ability list. Very good indeed. It also has the ability of 100,000 volts. So. After Fang Bing read the ability list. Without the slightest hesitation, choose to extract. Congratulations, you have obtained 100,000 volts IV6. One hit hits. The lucky Fang Bing. successfully drew this Pikachu's trick once. And that wasn't the only surprise for Fang Bing. More surprises are yet to come, because Fang Bing heard more than one system beep. Instead, two sounds were heard. Congratulations, your Thunder Fury has been upgraded to IV6. See the second tip. Fang Bing was overjoyed. Because of the super ability of Thunder Fury. Very powerful. Was before. The two super abilities are controlled by his electric shock and electric energy. Integrate comes. But the level of this Thunder Fury. But it's been a long time since I've improved. It's always been 5. Until now, he obtained 100,000 volts himself. This ability related to lightning. Only then did it upgrade again. Think might. It will definitely improve a lot. But at this time, Fang Bing realized something. Does it? Now that Thunder Fury has been upgraded. Wouldn't it be melting 100,000 volts? Fang Bing hurriedly checked the ability list. Then, almost cursed out loud. Really? 100,000 volts IV6 just obtained. Gone. Grass. This dog system. I just got it and it's not warm yet. It will be melted directly. Fang Bing was a little angry. Because he has always liked Pikachu's 100,000 volt ability. Just got it. I have already thought about it. I will turn on 100,000 volts later to do something. The result is gone. It's just a pain in the ass. But Fang Bing looked at the new upgrade Thunder Fury. I think this ability should have a greater improvement. After all, 100,000 volts was fused. It's just been promoted to a special level, but now Pikachu is still in front of him. Fang Bing is going to communicate with Pikachu first. When you have time, go test the newly obtained Thunder Fury. Or later, I will directly take the civil and military guy. Try your own upgraded version of Thunder Fury. So, next, Fang Bing is standing next to Pikachu. Wait for it to eat all the food. Then, get started with telepathy. Mentally communicate with it directly, although this Pikachu. At the beginning, I was very surprised why there was a voice in my head. A little apprehensive. But under Fang Bing's appeasement and food temptation, it ended up chatting with Fang Bing stutteringly. 10 minutes later, Fang Bing also figured out its origin. Turn out to be this Pikachu. It's really not Xiaoji's one. Just a wild Pikachu in the wild, and it does come from the world of Poké Copyrightmon. That world has elf trainers, and all kinds of Poké Copyrightmon. Now that I know the origin, Fang Bing naturally had some other ideas. Then, he recruited the food maker, in front of this cute Pikachu. Made a bunch of it again, it loves food. Then, use this to talk about conditions with it. System cuisine. Nothing goes wrong. Not to mention facing a simple creature like Pikachu. So, after a while, Fang Bing has successfully signed a contract with this Pikachu. Became its master. Oh no, became its elf trainer. Since then, Fang Bing has also become a part of the Marvel Universe. The first elf trainer with Poké Copyrightmon, after. Wait until Pikachu is full. Fang Bing made it jump onto his shoulder. Now that it has become its master, Fang Bing didn't plan to send it back to the elf world. After all that world, not very safe either. Fang Bing intends to treat this Pikachu like this. Keep it as a pet. Solved the Pikachu matter. Fang Bing was on the summoning circle again. Another gourmet gift bag was lost. Then, after stopping Pikachu's intention to jump down for dinner, he recited the summoning spell proficiently again, starting to cast his second summoning spell of the day. When Fang Bing recited the spell, Pikachu, who has been adopted by him as a small pet, holding a lollipop, standing on his shoulder, he watched Fang Bing's movements curiously. It also remembered that it was from the summoning circle in front of it just now. Was summoned. Know that Fang Bing should be calling again now. So curious too. What will Fang Bing summon next? Subsequently, the summoning circle flashed with light. Pikachu found out. On the summoning circle, a leopard toad appeared. Pick up. Pikachu showed a disgusted expression. Fang Bing also frowned, but I didn't care. Instead, he waved away Toad. Continue to start the third call. Only. Maybe it was when Pikachu was first summoned. Fang Bing spent all his luck today. So, no special creature was summoned the third time. Instead, it summoned a toad. Make Pikachu look stupid. If it didn't jump out of that magic circle, everyone should think so. Fang Bing's summoning. Only Toad can be summoned. After 3 summons have been used up, Fang Bing sighed. But he looked at the cute Pikachu on his shoulder. Not too frustrated either. Instead, it opened the portal. Walked in. When he walked out of the portal, has arrived at the base of the 10 Ring Gang. Yes. Now that today's urgent matters have been resolved, Fang Bing is going to meet this guy, Wenwu. Purpose. Naturally, it was because of the 10 rings on his hand. After Fang Bing walked out of the portal, this time it was not as usual. Activate invisibility magic. Hide your figure. Instead, they came to the square at the base of the 10 Ring Gang in an above-board manner. This is where the 10 Ring Gang usually practice martial arts. The sudden appearance of Fang Bing, the ordinary members of the 10 Rings Gang found out immediately. They all gathered around, holding various weapons. Start to question Fang Bing's origin, and his purpose. Fang Bing ignored them. Instead, feel directly in your heart. Control these ordinary people. Consciously left here. Then I waited quietly. He believes in the ability of civil and military. It will definitely appear in front of me soon. Really. 10 seconds later. Wearing a civil and martial arts ring with 10 rings on his body. It quickly fell from the sky. It fell in front of Fang Bing. After civil and military landing, did not start attacking directly. Instead, he looked at Fang Bing first. He looked at Pikachu on Fang Bing's shoulder again. He recognized it as soon as he landed. This person in front of you. It was just 2 fights with him before. People who want to enter Shenlong village. Only. Wenwu didn't really want to make a move. This guy in front of him. During the first 2 hands-on. It gets harder every time. And now, he also carries a person who does not know the details. But obviously extraordinary magical creatures. Naturally, civil and military officials don't want to fight rashly. So, he frowned. He asked solemnly, "What exactly do you want?" "I can't give you the location of Shenlong village, and Shenlong village is not as simple as you think." Fang Bing smiled when he heard this. He said calmly, "I didn't come here this time for the matter of Shenlong village. I have already been to Shenlong village." Wenwu heard this. The first reaction is disbelief. But looking at Fang Bing's expression, it doesn't look like a fake. I barely believed it, but he was even more puzzled. Can't help but ask. "Then what are you doing here again?" Fang Bing pointed to the 10 rings on Wenwu's hand. "I want that. Definitely, if you agree, I will fulfill your greatest wish now." Both Wen and Wu laughed angrily. Good guy. It's like a lion with a big mouth, who doesn't know that he can live for thousands of years. And let the 10 Ring Gang dominate for thousands of years. It all depends on the 10 ring artifact in his hand. It can be said, the 10 rings are his civil and military roots. It is his most powerful weapon in civil and military affairs. And this guy in front of him, want a ring? Just wishful thinking. So, Wenwu listened to Fang Bing's words. He didn't speak at all. Instead, he stepped forward quickly. The attack began. For what Fang Bing said. Fulfill your greatest desires, he even sneered. But, when the battle begins, this time he found out. Own attack. For the man in front of him. The damage is lower. During the previous 2 battles. When attacking, it can also knock the man in front of him into the air. Beat it to the bone. Although the guy recovers quickly. But somehow the attack worked. But now, the energy attack of the 10 rings. Hit each other. But it can only be beaten to vomit blood? God. How did he manage to increase his strength so much each time? And Fang Bing here, it feels nothing like Wenwu. Yes. He is just practicing with civil and martial arts now. Nothing really happened at all, because he wanted to come to Wenwu before. I feel that I can defeat Wenwu with the transformation of Pim particles. So, he thinks, I only need a huge force of 800 tons. It is estimated that civil and military have to kneel. But, Fang Bing didn't expect to end the battle so quickly. Because of his time, defense has been improved. So, only then stood in place and took several civil and military attacks. Test your defenses. Back, he did not forget. I just upgraded Thunder Fury to level 6, so. Now it can be tested with the living target of civil and military. Definitely not to be missed. Think here. Fang Bing waved his hand. Thunder Fury launched the new upgrade. Zilla. Thunderbolt. Thunder appeared all over the sky. The sky above the 10 rings base was originally a starry sky. And now, suddenly thunderclouds appeared. Thunderbolts flashed in the thundercloud. Then, with Fang Bing waved down, a black thunderbolt 3 meters thick, /0 from the sky, instantly hit Wenwu, who was rushing towards him again. Boom. Although the black thunder was mostly blocked by the 10 rings. But still some overflowed, hit the civil and military body. Blast him straight out, it hit the outside of the square. A large number of houses were smashed. Fang Bing was overjoyed upon seeing this. Because this means, own Thunder Fury. After upgrade, already able to break the 10 rings. He didn't expect that. Thunder Fury, it just went from level 5 to level 6. But it has changed so much. Not only did Thunder's color change to black, and the power can break through the 10 rings. Although Fang Bing sensed it, most of the power, they were all absorbed by the 10 rings, but it also means this kind of black thunder that is now. The attack power is already extremely high. After joy, Fang Bing just stood there, waiting for Wenwu to come out. Because he has seen the list of civil and military abilities a long time ago. Civil and military physique, also very powerful. Just that kind of attack, for him, shouldn't be a big deal. Really. As Fang Bing expected, after a while, Wenwu then flew out from the ruins of the collapsed house. A punch hit Fang Bing, except that his face was darkened by the electric shock. His hair stood on end with electricity, like a chicken coop. Others are basically not even skin trauma. Fang Bing looked at Wenwu's appearance. I almost couldn't help laughing out loud. Then he reached out, caught the civil and military attack. After a thunderous pala fight, the goal of Fang Bing has basically been achieved. He is concerned about his current strength, with a thorough understanding. Definitely, he also knows, under the defense of the 10 rings. If you don't use PIM particles to transform, it is estimated that it will be difficult to win him. So, Fang Bing waited until Wenwu punched him again. Instantly turned on the PIM particle transformation. Transformed into a 50-meter tall titan. Then he slapped Wenwu with a slap. It was shot and flew out. It's not over yet. Fang Bing showed his super speed, followed by, don't wait for civil and military to land. Then he stepped on it again. A foot that weighs 800 tons. In an instant, Wenwu and the 10 rings were crushed to the ground. Then, although civil and military have 10 rings for self-defense. But, for such a large area of a huge force attack, obviously the 10 rings couldn't stop it. Wenwu wanted to avoid the attack range. It's a pity that his speed is not as fast as Fang Bing. After adding Fang Bing becomes bigger, the palm is too big. He couldn't escape at all. That's all. He began to be bombarded by Fang Bing's constant kicks and punches. After dozens of hits, Wenwu was so shocked that he vomited blood and passed out. Only then did Fang Bing stop the attack, came in front of Wenwu. Looked at his arm. The 10 rings that dimmed as the master fell unconscious. Fang Bing laughed out loud, stepped forward. He took the 10 rings off Wenwu's hand, then played for a while, then directly into the portable space. The 10 rings are an artifact. There are certain tricks to using definitely. But Fang Bing is confident. Give him a few minutes. Should be very proficient. But Fang Bing still needs to deal with Wenwu's affairs. Now that he has won the 10 rings of civil and military. Still have to give him some compensation. After all, I have never had any grudges with Wenwu before. Talk about the whole thing. On the contrary, it is for oneself to become stronger. And actively provoked, he came to the door several times to find civil and military troubles. So, Wenwu was just being taken advantage of. Even very wronged. Therefore, before the war, Fang Bing will tell Wenwu, if he handed over the 10 rings, will solve one of his greatest wishes. The reason why Fang Bing boasted so much. Not bragging, but because he knew what Wenwu wanted most all the time. And, according to the previous exploration of the 10 Rings gang, some things found, Fang Bing is also sure, can make civil and military willingly offer 10 rings. So, Fang Bing now, straightforward, facing Wenwu, who was seriously injured and unconscious. The healing ability is used. It took a few seconds time. Heal its wounds. Then, gave him a weak electric shock. Wake it up. Wenwu slowly opened his eyes. I saw Fang Bing in front of me, discovered again. The 10 rings on his body are gone, with 10 rings. He couldn't beat the man in front of him. 10 rings are gone now. There is no doubt that he must die. So, it is not known that Fang Bing cured his civil and military skills. Simply close your eyes, quietly waiting for the arrival of death. Only 10 seconds later, he still didn't wait for Fang Bing to kill him. Instead, I heard the ground of the square beside me. There was a bang. Wenwu didn't know what happened. He opened his eyes in surprise. Result: the scene in front of me. Let him no longer be indifferent. Can't close my eyes and wait to die. He jumped up. Respecting death like home, he attacked the hateful person in front of him again. Pity. He was only halfway. Just by a powerful wave of psychokinesis. Fixed in place, unable to move. Without the power increase of the 10 rings. Although for thousands of years, the 10 rings have slowly strengthened his body. But the source of most of his strength before, still from 10 rings, so now it is only several times stronger than ordinary people. So, for Fang Bing's psychokinesis up to level 9, he has no resistance at all, he could only stare at his blood-red eyes. Watching Fang Bing wave his hand, opened an ice coffin that suddenly appeared in the square. Yes. The reason why Wenwu is so angry. It is because of this ice coffin, because inside the ice coffin, it was his wife who died more than 10 years ago who was buried. Since the death of his wife, he who has been inseparable, did not bury her in the ground. Instead, his body was placed in an ice coffin. It was frozen. And this ice coffin, it has been kept in the underground secret room by him before. And now, but it was actually moved to the open air square. The man in front of him, not only did he take away his 10 rings, and now he is blaspheming his dead wife, it was unbearable. What can't be tolerated? Fang Bing stood calmly in front of the ice coffin. Ignored Wenwu, who was already bloodshot and angry. Because he's going to do it. Not at all because of caring about civil and military feelings. Investigate its root. Nor is it to make up for civil and military. Real reason. Just to follow the bottom line of my heart. An eye for an eye. If you have a favor, you must return it. Never owe favors. Just ask for inner understanding. So, since in order to become stronger, take the 10 rings of civil and military. That's how Fang Bing sees it. In exchange, solve a huge problem for civil and military. Enough. As for what Wenwu thinks, does he want this exchange? For Fang Bing, it doesn't matter at all. So, after waving his hand and opening the coffin lid of the ice coffin, Fang Bing reached out and made a move. A small bottle filled with liquid appeared in his hands. Stepped forward, come to the ice coffin. Looked inside the coffin, in a frozen state. The still lifelike corpse of a woman. Fang Bing reached out and pressed it. Initiated a material conversion. Moments later, all ice has become rose petals. Filled the coffin. After, Fang Bing opened the woman's mouth. Put that vial of liquid, poured in. Then, he took a step back, began to wait quietly. And civil and military, seeing Fang Bing do such a thing, the eyeballs were about to bleed. Pity. Fang Bing ignored him at all. Didn't even look at him. He just quietly looked at the woman in the coffin. That's right. Fang Bing just gave Wenwu's wife a drink. It was he who made hands meet Mrs. Gao before. The Dragonbone elixir manufactured. A keel medicine that can bring people back from the dead. Only, Fang Bing is also only using this thing for the second time. When using it for the first time, or to save Professor X. But this stuff is for him. It's not a rare thing. Not to mention the huge keel that is still being mined underground. Even if he carried the keel medicine in the space with him, it is also enough to save dozens of people. Wait for the underground keel to be completely mined. All of them were made into Dragonbone's secret medicine. Fang Bing speculates. It is estimated that tens of thousands of people can be resurrected once. And what he said to Wenwu before, solve his greatest desire. Naturally, it was to help him revive his wife. The reason Fang Bing knew that his wife's body was still intact. That's because, when Fang Bing used perspective to detect the ring base before, I noticed this ice coffin underground. At that time, I felt a little curious. I just don't know who is frozen inside, until the day before yesterday. He casually asked the deputy leader of the 10 Rings gang. Only then did I learn about the people in the ice coffin. It turned out to be Wenwu's wife, a few minutes later. Just when Wenwu was still crying, he suddenly saw his wife's body move in the coffin. His mouth widened in surprise. Don't know what happened. But what happened next? It directly shattered his 3 views. I saw his wife, who had been dead for more than 10 years. Even with the passage of time. Sit up slowly. Fang Bing watched Wenwu's wife come back to life. Psychokinesis is revoked. Let go of him. Who are you? Where am I? Fang Bing did not strike up a conversation. But after letting go of civil and military, one word left. He opened the portal and left. She has been dead for too long, and has lost her memory. As for whether you can restore her memory, it is up to you. I took away your 10 rings, but I returned your wife. It's clear. Wenwu was originally shocked. I was already doubting in my heart. Did Fang Bing turn his wife into a zombie? So you can sit up. But after hearing Fang Bing's words before leaving, I heard my wife's voice that I hadn't heard for 10 years. Excited and hurried forward. Check out your wife's condition. When he found his wife, who had been dead for more than 10 years. It really came back to life. Just lost the memory. Wenwu knelt down directly. Head towards Fang Bing's departing portal. He knocked his head hard 3 times. Now, his heart has long been for the man who robbed him of his 10 rings. No more resentment, because to him, compared with my wife. What is the 10 rings? Farts don't count. When he first met his wife, just to be able to grow old with his wife, live the life of ordinary people, he took the initiative to abandon the 10 rings. Seal the 10 rings. Give up the life of immortality. Giving up the incomparable power. Later, he wore 10 rings. Just to avenge his wife. This woman. It can be said that he is everything. So, although Fang Bing snatched the 10 rings, but help him save his wife, Wenwu is still grateful. But when he got up to help his wife go back, I also complained in my heart. You said you could save my wife. You can give me whatever you want. The 10 rings can be given to you directly. Do you still need to hit me 3 times? And Fang Bing, after stepping out of the portal, he has already returned to his villa, although he is very envious of the ability of the 10th ring. However, he didn't rest for several days. I feel a little overwhelmed. Right now. Also basically solved. The 10 rings are also in his own space, can't lose it. So, he decides. Get a good night's sleep first. Replenishes the spirit. Let's talk about other things. So he went out of the portal. Just put Pikachu on your shoulders. Throw it to Wanda, who looks surprised. Then, whoosh, disappeared into the living room. After half a second, the snoring was already on the bed. Successfully fell asleep. The reason for throwing Pikachu to Wanda. It's because he doesn't have any Poke copyright balls at all. Able to put Pikachu away. And, even with Poke balls. Take the character of Pikachu. I don't like to go in either. So keep it in the villa. Be a little pet to play with Wanda. It is the most suitable. As for whether Pikachu will inadvertently hurt Wanda or destroy the villa, this Fang Bing is not worried at all. Because now Wanda's origin magic power has completely surpassed Ebony Maw, psychokinesis alone. I'm afraid Fang Bing is not as good as her, so. A Pikachu. For her, it's just a pet. When Fang Bing woke up and opened his eyes, it was already noon the next day. Fang Bing, who slept comfortably, stretched lazily, sit up from the bed, went to the living room. Then, he sees it. Pikachu is crouching on Wanda's shoulder. Watch TV with her. See wonderful places. It will also say, pick up, twice. When Fang Bing's arrival was discovered, Pikachu jumped off Wanda's shoulder immediately. Trot all the way to Fang Bing's feet. At first, Pikachu kept screaming. Although Fang Bing didn't understand, but can also guess. I guess it's hungry. Just right. Fang Bing hasn't eaten well these days. It's lunchtime. Then let's have a meal together. So, he called Wanda. Come to the restaurant. Recruited the gourmet generator. It only took a minute or 2. A large table of delicious food was created. 1 Pikachu for 2. After that, the frantic sweep began. Until the whole table is eaten, they all patted their stomachs. Slumped in a chair. Too lazy to move, but Fang Bing didn't forget that he still had things to do. So, he patted his belly, still stood up. A portal was opened. Walked in alone. When he walked out, he has come to the barren hive planet again. Subsequently, he was standing in a clearing. The 10 rings were recruited from the portable space. 10 rings. That's 10 rings. Normal state. It is magnetic. The 10 rings are fitted together. So it can be worn on the arm, used as arm guards. And after Fang Bing recruited it, without putting it on the arm first. Instead start researching how to control the use of this thing. The reason for saying this, because the 10 rings left Wenwu's body. It has been in a dim state, did not shine. This made Fang Bing think, I probably haven't let it recognize its master yet. Otherwise, it's in my hands at the moment. It should have been glowing, and take Fang Bing's previous experience. And when extracting the list of civil and military abilities, some information I saw already inferred. 10 rings are for personal strength, it has all-round enhancements. At least civil and military strength, physique, speed, hearing, smell, and vision. All are greatly enhanced by the 10 rings, although civil and military were powerful before. It's not entirely due to the increase of the 10th ring. There are also him for thousands of years, the result of constant fighting and practice. There are also 10 rings against civil and military bodies. It is caused by subtle transformation over the millennium. But if you let the 10 rings recognize the master, the 10 rings were originally an increase in civil and martial arts. It will also become an increase for yourself. And he should also gain immortality, so. Fang Bing stretched out his hand. Hold the 10 rings. Sitting cross-legged in the air. Start paying attention. Try to use mental power. Concentrate on the 10 rings. The reason for this, it was because Fang Bing actually had no other options. Although he didn't know how Wenwu made Shiwan recognize him back then. But his son is still angry, but he was able to control the 10 rings quickly. There is no such thing as a blood-dropped confession. So, Fang Bing thinks, want to control the 10 rings. The key should be to concentrate. Then, dozens of seconds later, Fang Bing succeeded, because he successfully sensed a space in the 10 rings. That space seems to be a spiritual space. Now there is a mass of spiritual power inside. Fang Bing guessed, this group of spiritual power. It should belong to civil and military. This is the key to his control of the 10 rings. So, Fang Bing has no hesitation. Then use your own mental power directly. Crush the spiritual power of civil and military. Then, into it. The moment Fang Bing's spiritual power entered the 10th ring. The 10 rings have changed, they were originally dim. Start emitting blue light, at the moment. Fang Bing feeling. I have been able to completely control the 10 rings. Like an arm. So, he had a thought. 5 of the 10 rings. Fly out instantly. Boom. It hit the boulder in the distance. Blast it into powder. The power is amazing. Subsequently, it automatically flew to Fang Bing again. Put it directly on his right arm. Then, Fang Bing made another 5 rings. It is also attached to the left arm. Completed the formal wear of the 10 rings. After, he stood in the air and checked the system information. Yes. That's right. The moment when the 10 rings recognize the Lord. Fang Bing has already heard a few system prompts of ding ding ding. And he also felt the 10 rings moving into his body. Infused with a lot of energy. Make him stronger. More powerful. How obvious is this? Also very nice. So much so that Fang Bing was almost intoxicated by the feeling of the instant increase in strength. Fine. He was just intoxicated for a moment. Just reacted. Start checking how much enhancement you really have. Congratulations, your master physique has been upgraded to IV4. Congratulations, your master reaction has been upgraded to V4. Congratulations on raising your divine power to 9. Congratulations, your supervision LV10 upgrade has become a big teacher level vision IV2. Congratulations to your super listening IV10 upgrade and become a master listening V2. Congratulations to your super sense of smell LV10 upgrade and become a master sense of smell IV2. A series of 6 system prompts. Fang Bing was stunned. He thought about getting 10 rings, can increase his strength. But never thought about it. This increase. It's so comprehensive. Strength, physique, reaction speed, eyesight, hearing, smell. 6 important abilities. Tong Tong has been enhanced by 2 levels. Exa Micro E. 2 hanging. Fang Bing was overjoyed. Because this time the 10 rings brought him the ability enhancement library. It can be said that after he got the system, the biggest one-time boost. The last time he got such a comprehensive promotion. When the blessing of Odin was drawn from the Xandar giant tortoise. Before, when Fang Bing was looking at the ability list of Wenwu, just found out abilities such as his constitution and reaction, basically masterclass, and ability is followed by the introduction. There is basically one sentence, due to ring enhancement. At that time, he still doesn't know just how much the 10 rings have enhanced civil and martial arts. And now, Fang Bing got it to know. He worked hard before, suffered so much, only by devouring countless heart-shaped flowers, raised the master physique by 1 level, and now, only get 10 rings, but directly raised 2 levels. To know, ability at the master level, every level up, will be compared to the superclass, has a greater increase. So, if Fang Bing has no special chance, it is estimated that I want to get the current improvement. I'm afraid it will take a long time, now that ability has been fully improved. Fang Bing is next. Naturally, it is ready to conduct a comprehensive test. First of all, Fang Bing looked at the master level reaction power who had just been promoted to the 4th level. This ability was in level 2 before. It gave him a reaction speed 16 times higher than that of ordinary people. And now, after upgrading to level 4, not as Fang Bing expected. Sure enough, each level increased the reaction speed by 3 times. So, now his combat reaction speed, 22 times that of ordinary humans. This is already a very exaggerated figure, Fang Bing thinks. Even if he is just an ordinary person, just based on his reaction speed at the moment. Catch bullets empty-handed or something, it's also completely fine. Only, if he is really an ordinary person, I'm afraid the moment I receive the bullet, it will also be like the Firecloud Cthulhu was directly pierced through the palm of the hand. Thereafter, Fang Bing, in order to test the reaction force from the portable space at will, a batch of weapons was summoned. Pistol, submachine gun, assault rifle, heavy sniper rifle, machine gun, alien energy laser weapon. What is the history of these weapons? Some he had previously had from Hydra. Throw it into the portable space smoothly. Some were previously confiscated from Ebony Maw's elite alien warriors. Then, he used psychokinesis, will these weapons, all suspended in the air and controlled 10 meters away, surrounded him in a circle. After, Fang Bing opened up this new upgrade of Master React IV4. While using psychokinesis, control all weapons. Fire it yourself. Bang bang boom boom, crackling. Dozens of seconds later, all weapons ran out of bullets. And Fang Bing standing in the circle of weapons. But it didn't hurt at all. It's not because he uses his superior physique and self-healing power. Resisted the attack. Rather, he managed to dodge every shot. Fang Bing found out, with his current reflexes, the firing speed of those ordinary firearms, it can be said that it is as slow as a snail for him. Including those sniper rifles, all the same. There is no way to hit him, and the only one that could possibly hit him. It is an alien energy laser weapon, well known. The speed of light is 300,000 kilometers per second. So, the speed of the laser weapon, also so fast. If the laser has been fired towards Fang Bing, with his speed, nature cannot escape, because it doesn't matter his reaction speed, or his speed, they are still far from the speed of light. But, laser weapons are weapons after all. Fang Bing wanted to avoid its attack. Just before it fires, just leave its attack position. So, as long as Fang Bing is prepared in advance, even laser weapons that reach the speed of light can't touch him either. After testing your reaction speed, Fang Bing is very satisfied. Then, he moved on to the next test. Strength. Before, his divine power level is level 7. It has already reached 70 tons of strength with one hand. When using PIM particles to transform to the maximum, the height can reach 50 meters, the strength can reach 800 tons. And now, his divine power has directly increased by 2 levels. He wants to see it. Own power now. How strong is it? Can it break through 1,000 tons? So, Fang Bing landed. He directly pressed his hand on the ground of Hive Star. Initiated a material conversion. A few minutes later, pieces of huge metal weights appeared on the ground. Individual weights are included. After completing the preparations, Fang Bing stepped forward. Haven't turned on PIM's transformation yet. But start directly from ADT. Test up one by one. Because he thinks, his divine power has been raised by 2 levels. No matter how bad it is, it is also impossible to only increase the power of 10 tons. Really. After Fang Bing lifts and throws a giant piece of metal flying, he finally knew his current strength limit, 100 a degree. 100 tons with one hand. What does that mean? Means Fang Bing can throw several fully loaded heavy trucks with one hand. The power of water. Already dozens of times that of Captain America. It is even several times stronger than the Green Titan. And this is still in the state where Fang Bing has not turned on the transformation of PIM particles. So, next, Fang Bing flickered, enables PIM particles. Turned into a 50-meter tall Titan, step forward. Start to continue testing the power of his transformation. And this time, naturally, the tens of tons of metal weights cannot be used for testing. Simply when he made it before, this has been taken into account. A batch of metal weights in hundreds of tons was also manufactured. So, Fang Bing directly from 800 tons this time. Start testing. A few minutes later, the shaking of the planes was over. And on the plane, there are also huge pits. And Fang Bing also showed a satisfied smile. Yes, the improvement is very large. PIM particles transformed. Fang Bing found out own strength than before. Directly lifted by 400 tons, reached 1,200 tons. Fang Bing found out he now has the power of PIM after transforming. It is 12 times of the original form. This surprised Fang Bing a little, because he seems to have discovered a characteristic of the transformation of PIM particles. That is, when he originally the greater the power, and the PIM particles are augmented, stronger. Because, before his body strength was 70 tons, PIM transforms into a force, it is only 800 tons. The 12-fold increase was not achieved, and now. But it has reached a full 12 times, this made Fang Bing wonder. If you wait until your body strength increases to 200 tons, the power after that transformation, can it be increased more times? Can it reach 3,000 tons? Fang Bing thinks. Absolutely possible. Even higher. Only. Now he can only guess. The truth is, still have to re-verify. So, after testing the divine power, Fang Bing turned his attention to physique again. Physical improvement. In fact, it made him the happiest. Also the most important, because fitness means everything. Physical improvement. In fact, it's not just about improving defense. In fact, it also led to the improvement of other attributes of Fang Bing. For example, the reaction and strength just tested. In fact, it can reach the current level. There is already a credit for the physique. Just like the ability of divine power. Level 1 divine power. In fact, it is the power of an elite Asgard warrior. And the 9th level of divine power, logically speaking, it should be 9 times the strength of Asgard's elite fighters. Count. About tens of tons. It is basically impossible to reach Fang Bing's current 100-ton power. And the reason why Fang Bing can reach 100 tons now. In fact, there is also the bonus of his master physique IV4. The power of 2 ability augments, add up. Only reached 100 tons with one hand, and so is responsiveness. His mastery of reflexes, the system's introduction to this ability. It is said to be 22 times the reaction speed of ordinary people. But when Fang Bing was just testing, although no accurate data has been measured, but his real reaction speed, obviously more than 22 times. This is also a credit to the master physique. But what Fang Bing values AA most, definitely is also the defense increase brought by physique. That's what it does best. The defense is stronger. Fang Bing's life-saving ability is stronger. You can feel more at ease when you surf. You can also feel more at ease when you wake up. So, for a test of defense, Fang Bing is looking forward to it. But defense is not so easy to test. There are no metal weights or anything like that. Allow him to accurately obtain specific data. So, Fang Bing's testing method is still old. From your portable space, summon the loot taken from Corvus Glaive. Peerless Blade. This low-level artifact of the Marvel Universe. It can already be regarded as Fang Bing's hands. One of the few things that can hurt him. Oh. Correct. Now there is an extra 10 rings. But 10 rings are not suitable for testing. So Fang Bing chose to use the Peerless Blade. Holding the Peerless Blade, Fang Bing used the power of Captain America directly. About 6 times the power of ordinary people. Chop towards his arm. Clang. the sound of iron and stone clashing came. The peerless blade bounced off Fang Bing's skin directly. Obviously. Now Fang Bing, even Captain America, holds the peerless blade. It has also been unable to hurt the slightest. So, next Fang Bing raised his strength. The power of Captain America has been tripled directly. The reason why it didn't improve more, or because Fang Bing is more timid. I'm afraid it will be cut down with a knife, cut off his own arm. Although it can grow back in an instant, but that hurts too. So, he only worked a little bit harder. Clang. Really, triple the power of Captain America. Can't hurt him either. Fang Bing continued to increase his strength and cut himself. A few minutes later, under Fang Bing's careful testing, he basically mastered the limit of his defense power. The power to break his defense. Probably 5 times the power of Captain America. That is basically the level of the 5th level of divine power. So, the final conclusion is, people with divine power below level 5. Even with an artifact like the Peerless Blade, it can't be broken at all, combined with Fang Bing's 10-level self-healing factor. There is also the resurrection of the fruit of the underworld. He thinks. Own vitality, already 10,000 times stronger than Xiaoqiang. Niubi Plus, after the physical fitness test. Fang Bing looked at the time. Then he opened the portal and left the hive planet. Although, he also has sight, hearing and smell. Has also been greatly improved. But, he wasn't going to waste all of today's time on this. Because, now the time has arrived in the afternoon. Fang Bing remembered that he hadn't set up a stall for a long time. And his scientific knowledge, just a little bit. You can go up to level 9, so he decides. Going to set up another stall this afternoon. Let the people of New York enjoy your dark cooking. Use this to upgrade your scientific knowledge to level 9. If force or something, that's even better. So, when Fang Bing walked out from the portal, he has arrived at the gate of his alma mater. Yes, it's Columbia University, considering the seniors in my own university. And expert professors, never tasted my own food. Fang Bing decided. Open them up today, definitely. Some camouflage is still required. Fang Bing pushed the dining car out from the alley. When you come to the school gate, the appearance of his clothes has directly changed into another person. The reason why even the appearance has changed. Because of. Although he didn't take a few classes. But in school, some people still knew him. Just change clothes. Wear a mask, not safe. That's why Fang Bing directly became a passerby. Definitely masks or something can be worn, and today, he gave to his brothers and sisters from the same school. Prepared cuisine. It is also one of the most classic dark dishes in his opinion. Kasumasu cheese, nickname, live maggot cheese parish. In the dining car, Fang Bing took some time. After making 1,000 servings of mozzarella cheese. Just open the portal. Bring the little waiter Lorna over. Have her start holding the tray and the box of cheese. Go to the gate of the school to sell, and Fang Bing. This time I did not choose to continue to wait in the dining car. Because, when I was at the hive yesterday, he only tested the 10 rings for their own enhancements. But forgot to test the feature of 10 rings originally. He hadn't thought of it until now, so, since there are other things to do. Then Fang Bing is too lazy to stay here anymore. But, Fang Bing didn't leave the little waiter here alone either. After all, there is no town without him. In case anyone who ate cheese, there are grumpy ones. The little waiter was miserable, so, before Fang Bing left, his figure flickered. The duplication ability is used. Recruited a duplication exactly like him. Stayed in the dining car to look after business. With his current strength, even if it is a duplication with only partial strength, no one on Earth can beat him, and his body. Opened the portal. Walked in. When he walked out. Has come to the hive planet again. Standing on a wasteland. Fang Bing thought. The 10 rings flew out from the arm. Began to circle around his body. Yes. Fang Bing never took back the 10 rings. Because, he found, 10 rings strengthened his strength. The premise is that he has been wearing 10 rings. If it is received in the portable space, then his physique, reaction speed, strength, vision, hearing, and sense of smell. All will return to the level before being enhanced by the 10 rings. Fine. Although there are 10 rings in the 10 rings. But it's not bulky to wear on the arm, it's also pretty. It's like wearing a mysterious and simple metal arm guard. Yes. Fang Bing looked at the 10 rings in front of him. Look at the mysterious pattern on each ring. I feel more and more that the 10 rings are not easy. Maybe one of them. What a big secret is really hidden. Otherwise, the old king magician of Kamar Taj. Why is it said that it has been emitting energy signals outward? Only. This kind of thing. It is not something that the current Fang Bing can detect. What he can do now? Just to figure out the usefulness of this artifact. In order to improve their own strength, then. Just wait. Waiting for events related to the 10 rings to happen. Reap the benefits from it. As for now, naturally, he wanted to continue testing the use of the next 10 rings. 10 rings. Maximum usefulness, in Fang Bing's view. It is natural to enhance one's own ability, but its other uses. Nor can it be ignored. Fang Bing has been uncertain about civil and military affairs before. It was because the powerful defense of the 10 rings was protecting him. Physical attack. It can block. Energy attack. It can absorb. And, it's not just defensive. Can also attack. Can be launched to launch a physical attack. It can also be used directly to shoot energy attacks. It can be described as decathlon. So, such an artifact. Don't quite understand what it's for. What a waste. Then, Fang Bing started the first test. He held the 10 rings in his hand. Initiated a material conversion. Yes, his first test. Naturally, just try it. Own current material transformation. Can it be broken down? Although, this hand has a taste of death. But, Fang Bing doesn't think material conversion can play a role. It's just a matter of getting used to it. Nice one. Nature is not afraid of material transformation. Really. After a while, the 10 rings remain the same. Fang Bing's material conversion failed. He smiled. Start testing the next item. The attack of the 10 rings. Fang Bing is not ready to test, because he was used by civil and martial arts with 10 rings before. I don't know how many times I was beaten, so. For the attack power of the 10 rings, he couldn't be more clear. So. What he wanted to test was defense. The physical defense does not need to test. Because of the physical defense of the 10 rings. He has broken it with his own hands, so. For the physical defense effect of the 10 rings. He is also very clear. Basically, there is no power of hundreds of tons. Don't try to break it. There is only one thing he has to test. That is energy defense. Since the energy defense is to be tested. Naturally there will be attackers, although the hive star is extremely barren. But this can't help Fang Bing. He flickered. In an instant, a dozen duplications appeared around the body. Most of these are spell duplications of the shape of Exen. There are also several entity duplications with duplication abilities. These duplications all have part of Fang Bing's strength. And the spells and super abilities that Fang Bing knows. They all will. So, these duplications are arguably the best candidates for testing energy defenses. Later, the duplications began to attack Fang Bing collectively. Various super abilities and energy attacks, calling towards Fang Bing itself. What laser beam, thunder fury, neurotoxin, all in an instant, and 10 rings, then follow Fang Bing's thoughts. Start flying around his body, make a circle. Directly blocked in all directions, crackling. After a mess of super abilities smashed through, Fang Bing found out. These energies attack. They were all blocked by the 10 rings, a small amount of energy attacks. After being blocked, dissipated directly. And most of it was directly absorbed by the 10 rings. And Fang Bing also observed. The 10 rings absorb energy attacks every time. Ring body. There will be a flash of light. This made Fang Bing feel that the 10 rings are not easy. And the test results. It also made Fang Bing very satisfied. Really. Although he released the fury of thunder with all his strength. 10 rings cannot completely absorb blocks, but only these duplications have some of his strength. Released energy attack. No matter how many. It can't hurt myself who is protected by the 10 rings at all. After trying all the functions of the 10 rings, Fang Bing turned on invisibility, opened the portal. Back to the alley near the dining car again. Looked at the progress of Lorna's sale. It turned out she was only half sold. Only then did he walk into the dining car again. Call back duplication. Removes invisibility. Start to continue the town. Definitely. Said it was a town. In fact, the time is still used to play games. Haven't played games for a long time these days. Fang Bing felt a little itchy, pulled out the laptop. Soon immersed in the world of the game, until an hour later. The waiter Lorna returned to the dining car with the tray. Fang Bing just stopped, because he knows. Lorna must have sold out of all the cheese, only recycling stand. Fang Bing glanced at the ground. Really? Not one left. So, he happily paid Lorna today's salary. 20 cans of herring. Then, we'll be happy Lorna. Sent back home directly through the portal. And Fang Bing. He did not continue to stop at the school gate. After pushing the dining cart back to the alley. Then he opened the portal and went home. Sitting on the sofa in the living room. Fang Bing opened the syslog. Start batch extraction of today's ability list. He counted first. When seeing the number of ability lists. There is joy in my heart. Yes. Today's live maggot cheese made another great contribution. 1,000 servings of cheese. Contributed a total of 700 ability lists to him. Fang Bing saw this situation. Think deeply. If you go to other cities to set up stalls in the future. The mozzarella cheese must keep selling. After. Fang Bing started batch extraction. Congratulations, you have obtained Earth Condensed Matter Physics IV6. Congratulations on obtaining Earth Plasma Physics IV5. Congratulations on getting Earth Computational Economics 3. Congratulations on getting Earth Health Psychology, V8. Congratulations, you have obtained Earth Historical Linguistics IV7. Congratulations, you have obtained Ice Control IV6. Stop. When Fang Bing glanced over. In a mess of abilities. I found an ability that is different from the total at first sight. Ice in control? This thing is a super ability, right? Definitely is. Fang Bing thought of this. Hastily opened the system ability list. Check out the super ability I just obtained. Ice Control LV6. You have the special ability to control ice, and you have the means to release low temperature, freeze objects, and control ice. That's right. Fang Bing read the introduction of ability. I am more sure of my own thoughts. This ability. Not just a super ability, and it is an extremely powerful super ability. Because it's from Mutant Iceman, the person who contributed this ability to Fang Bing. The name is Poppy de Rake. The name. Exactly Iceman's real name. And Fang Bing is for the Mutant Iceman. Still quite understandable. Definitely. His understanding comes from the comics and movies of his previous life. After traveling to the Marvel Universe, because he interfered with the timeline. So I didn't see the existence of Iceman in Xavier's school. At that time, Fang Bing was very disappointed. Because Iceman's performance in the movie is so-so. But in fact he is a powerful mutant of Omega level. What is the level of Omega? In a word, the most awesome mutant ever. Apocalypse is Omega grade. The violin with Phoenix Force. Gray is also Omega level. A large group of thousands of super abilities. Also Omega level. This level represents unlimited potential. After growing up, it can even reach multi-universe level strength. And as far as Fang Bing knows, Iceman from the comics. Primetime. Not only can freeze the entire planet. It can even freeze time. Maybe. This Iceman is now on Earth. Never get this far. But it doesn't mean Fang Bing can't do it. He has 10 levels of meditation. It can continuously enhance the energy of the universe without limit. Improve the level of your super ability. So. Fang Bing thinks. As long as you raise the level controlled by ice up. It is also possible to control the abnormal ability that freezes time. After the excitement, Fang Bing put the ice control aside first. Start to continue to batch extract the remaining ability lists. A few minutes later, Fang Bing ended all the draws. Then, he found. Today's luck is really good. There are about 700 ability lists. Gave him more science knowledge ability than usual. It can be seen that his alma mater, Columbia University, is still quite strong. And these scientific knowledge acquired today ability. Not surprisingly. Let Fang Bing's earth science knowledge level. Overall, it has risen to level 9. This brings Fang Bing one step closer to becoming an all-round scientist on the earth. And now. Fang Bing estimates. Own level of science and technology. Should have been about the same as Iron Man, even bad. Also up to certain disciplines, is slightly different. But. Even Iron Man, it is impossible to be like him. Place on Earth. Hundreds of thousands of knowledge. All research to the top level of the Earth. So. Overall speaking. Fang Bing is even already at the level of scientific knowledge. outperformed Iron Man. But, even so, Fang Bing also has no plans to do research in person. Because, first of all, his most important goal right now, naturally, it is to improve one's own body strength, and develop mechs, mass production of mech armies, and develop space battleships, mass production of space fleets. Although it can also rapidly improve his combat effectiveness. But the point is, he hasn't encountered that kind of enemy yet. He needs to use crowd tactics to defeat it. Mad Titan Thanos. I don't know where it went. There is no official fight yet. And the God Ego. I'm afraid it can't be defeated by making more space fleets. For Ego, Fang Bing still plans to wait a few days for the space battleship to be repaired. Then continue to implement his feeding plan. And what Fang Bing thought of now. The only thing that might require him to use this tactic. Maybe only Black Bolt on the moon. But, Black Bolt's Sonic Blast. It was originally a group attack. I'm afraid I want to capture him through the space fleet. It takes a little work. Unless Fang Bing is going to let the space fleet directly bombard the moon with its main artillery. Kill Black Bolt and Attilan directly, but that doesn't meet Fang Bing's needs at all. The reason why he wants to enter the lunar city of Attilan. It is the ability to extract aliens, not trying to destroy it. Another reason why Fang Bing is not investing in scientific research and development now. It is because he has always been based on the principle that if you want to do a good job, you must first sharpen your tools. Now that he has the level of scientific and technical knowledge, in terms of researching mechs, and research on spaceships, probably not as good as Iron Man, so, why do you have to do it yourself? The smartest Iron Man on Earth. Iron Man with the blessing of knowledge. Not already working for yourself. So, Fang Bing decided. Wait until the Earth science and technology knowledge level is full. Then personally develop the light speed engine. Research spaceships. Research Iron Man's mech armor. At that time, his development speed, with the addition of many buffs, sure to outshine Iron Man. It must be faster than it is now. Can save more time, and that day, not far away. Fang Bing calculated the time it would take to reach level 10. Probably inferred, if he maintains today's stalled income. So, set up a stall about 10 more times. You can successfully upgrade to level 10, so. Fang Bing now sees that the science knowledge ability has reached level 9. It's just a joy in my heart. Then he stood up from the sofa. A portal was opened, directly to Antarctica. Yes. Fang Bing looked at the time, found out it's just late afternoon. So he intends to start drilling today. After all, start work early. You can feed the celestial cubs one day earlier. Only. Fang Bing arrived at the position above the head of the celestials in Antarctica. He was not in a hurry to dive immediately. Instead, he was going to test the super ability he had just obtained first. Ice is in control. Antarctica is pretty much deserted anyway. Not afraid of hurting anything, especially the area where he is now. Fang Bing opened his master vision in perspective. Scanned around. Found within 200 miles of Fang Yuan. Except for some penguins. No one. Yes. Fang Bing found out. After his own vision has been upgraded to the second level of a master. With perspective. Able to see through the range. Literally exponentially enhanced. Originally his eyesight. While at super level. With perspective. You can only see everything within a few miles of Fang Yuan. And now. This range has directly doubled by about 10 times. 200 miles to Fang Yuan. Same. The same goes for his hearing. Originally he got super hearing from Daredevil. Has been very perverted. Can hear people's blood flow and heartbeat. Movements could even be heard a few blocks away. And now after several upgrades, at the second level of the master, Fang Bing found himself. He could already hear movement within 200 miles of Fang Yuan. Exactly the same range as his eyesight can see. In addition to vision and hearing, 10 rings also raised his sense of smell to the second level of a master. And the range of his sense of smell, same thing. It was raised to Fang Yuan 200 miles. 200 miles, that is 100,000 meters. And last time Fang Bing was on Hive. When testing his Super 10 level olfactory distance. It can only smell the smell within a range of 60 miles. And now, it directly increased by 3 times. So, now, Fang Bing's sense of smell and hearing and sight all reached the same level. That is, everything within 200 miles. Can't escape his ears, eyes and nose. Even. He can now see directly 180 miles away. Good work those two penguins are doing. Not only can you watch the live broadcast, you can also hear their calls. You can even hear some of their scents. Ba ba ba. Fang Bing felt a little sick. Quickly received the supernatural powers. Block out what you don't want to hear or smell. Then, he began to concentrate on the test. This Omega level ice controls the super ability. First, according to Fang Bing memory, Iceman's super ability. Most common usage. Naturally, the cold air is shot out. Freeze the material. So, Fang Bing pressed his hand directly to the ground. Then put the snow and ice on the ground. Transformed into a 10-meter magma pit. Then, only then did he reach out to face the big pit full of hot magma. Activated super ability. Moment. A chill. Shoots continuously from his palm. In the blink of an eye. Just touched the hot magma. Then, Fang Bing saw a strange scene. The dark red magma that was originally 1 or 2,000 degrees. In an instant, the injury was covered with a layer of hoarfrost. After a while, it was frozen into an ice sculpture by Fang Bing. Totally lost the heat. Fang Bing jumped into the pit. Bounced on the spot. Discover magma. Not only the surface is frozen into ice. Even below, it is also frozen as a whole. This allowed Fang Yu Ice to control the power of this super ability. I'm pretty satisfied, after all, with this super ability. He thinks that when he drinks Coke and beer later, you can drink it cold anytime, anywhere, definitely. Shot the air of extreme cold. It's just one of the abilities controlled by ice. Fang Bing knows. Iceman can also transform himself directly into ice form. That is to put your own body into an organic ice. Iceman in this form. Almost indestructible. Even if the body is destroyed. He also immediately passes through water molecules in the air or moisture in other people's bodies. Reshape the body back to its original shape, and this ability, on a living planet rich in water resources like the Earth, will appear stronger. But, this ability Fang Bing is not going to test. Because he thinks, own body, definitely stronger than the so-called body of ice. So there is absolutely no need to use this method. But disturb this body of ice. There is another usage that is useful for Fang Bing. That is, Fang Bing can take advantage of this ability. Create a layer of ice shield on the body surface. Fang Bing then tested the defense of the lower ice shield. It feels similar to a spell shield, but because it is the reason of the ice attribute, in a hot environment, might be more useful than spell shield. More critically, this ice shield can be cast with spell shield at all. Fang Bing felt that he would get some other types of shields. It may also achieve the defensive effect of apocalypse in the future. Summon shields in infinite rotation, in addition to ice shields and projectile chills. Ice controls this super ability. Fang Bing also found another usage. That is creation out of thin air, forehead. Said to be created out of thin air, but in fact, Fang Bing can't really do it out of thin air. He can only do so by condensing water molecules in the air. Use ice to take control of your super abilities. Make it to your heart's content, manufactured into all kinds of things. For example, the 3-foot-long ice sword in his hand now. Just now he used ice control, created by condensation. Attack power and sharpness, all pretty good. Subsequently, Fang Bing just stood there. Began trying to use ice to take control. Condensing water molecules in the air creates all sorts of things. Ice shield, ice hammer, ice panda, ice wanda, ice himself a. After playing enough, Fang Bing just waved his hand. Destroy all these things I just created, in general. Fang Bing for this super ability, I still prefer it. And he knows it too. Iceman is one of the most powerful mutants. His super ability develops to the back. In fact, it is possible to truly create things out of thin air. Even in a vacuum, where there are no water molecules at all. Can also be controlled by ice. Create ice at will. Although Fang Bing can't do it yet, but he believes. With his strength constantly improving, sooner or later it will be possible to reach this level. After testing the newly acquired super ability, Fang Bing collected himself. He chose a place at random. Step down. Break the thick layer of ice under your feet. Just jumped in. What's underground in Antarctica? Except for the ice. Definitely below is the icy seawater. Fang Bing dived under the ice, It took a moment. Reached the bottom of the sea. Then, he didn't use material transformation first. Instead, the material travel super ability with CD is first turned on. Speed AA forward towards the bottom of the seabed. 10 minutes later. The time to wait for material travel to run out. He has reached a very deep place underground. At this moment, he just started the material transformation. Start moving the earth and rocks underneath. Transformed into a water channel for him to pass through. But, at this time, his speed also slowed down. After all, the process of material conversion takes time. So this also limits the speed of Fang Bing. Fine. He was already familiar with the situation, not discouraged. Instead, begin to drill patiently and steadily down the ground. Wait until half an hour later. The super ability of material travel is ready again. Only then did he start material travel again. That's all. Fang Bing relies on matter to travel through super ability. Transform with matter. All the way down. 8 hours later. Fang Bing has reached a location 200 kilometers underground. And this time, he also felt a little tired. Not physically tired, but mentally tired and annoying. After all, although his super ability is used, is non-consumable. But, how can a normal person be able to live in the dark underground all the time? 8 hours of continuous repetitive work. This is Fang Bing. Willpower is powerful. Otherwise, get an ordinary person. I'm afraid I'll stay underground like this for dozens of minutes. I can't take it anymore. Although Fang Bing can continue to work. But, totally unnecessary, he's not a masochist. Today's progress has been very good, according to his estimate. The ground is far from the head of the underground celestial race. That's 3,000 kilometers, and today has advanced 200 kilometers. Continue like this. Estimated 2 weeks later. The goal will be achieved. 2 weeks, just a flash. Fang Bing can afford to wait. So, he was at the end of the burrow. Just 200 kilometers underground. Use substance transformation. A space of 3 meters Fang Yuan was expanded. It is convenient for him to send it directly next time. Then he opened the portal and left. When I first came to Antarctica, it was still evening. And at this time, it was already 12 o'clock at night. So, when Fang Bing walked out from the portal, came directly to the hive star. Yes, summoning spell cooldown improved. He will continue to use summoning spells, only. It is a pity, he's not having much luck today. No special creature was summoned 3 times. Fang Bing sighed helplessly, then opened the portal again. Back to my villa. Didn't get enough sleep yesterday. He plans to catch up on sleep tonight. Running meditation or something. Let's talk tomorrow. Only. God obviously didn't want him to sleep late. Just when Fang Bing just lay down on the bed. Jingle bell. His cell phone rang. Fang Bing picked it up and took a look. It's Ebony Ma calling. Here comes the spirit. Turn over and sit up from the bed. That's why. Because of. Fang Bing knows. Ebony Ma wouldn't bother him easily. He is generally only contacted in a few situations. First. Lightspeed engine technology cracked. Second. Damaged spaceship discovery repaired. Third. Explore the Dark Elf space mothership in the depths of the universe. Message back. These kinds of situations. Either way. Both are very important to Fang Bing. So, he was a little excited, after answering the phone. After listening to Ebony Ma's report, Fang Bing was a little surprised. Because Ebony Ma told him, a space mothership sailing in the depths of space. Message back. Them. Discovered a new planet of life. When Fang Bing walked out from the portal, it has come to the space mothership far away in the depths of the universe. And the space mothership at this moment is in a state of invisibility. Stay in outer space. And a very long distance from the mothership. There really is a blue planet. See Fang Bing coming. These Thanos, elite fighters on the space carrier controlled by him with the psychic scepter. They all stepped forward to salute, show loyalty. And Fang Bing didn't talk nonsense to them. What he wants to know most at the moment. Definitely is this living planet. Which one is it? This question is not difficult to answer. Without waiting for Fang Bing to ask. Then someone came forward to introduce Fang Bing. Turn out to be the planet. It's Xandar. It is the planet ruled by the famous Novacore in the universe. Abundant Xandar snails. It is a famous delicacy in the world. And it's precious. And Fang Bing also loves this planet. Have a certain understanding. He was once in the sea of Aa the Earth. The one I saw was kept as a pet by Odin. Xandar giant tortoise used to seal Hela. It is from Xandar. After knowing that this is Xandar star. Fang Bing also understood. Why does the mothership hide where it docks? It would be that far from Xandar, because the Nova core of Xandar is not a vegetarian. In the whole universe, it is also a very powerful force. Possess advanced scientific and technological strength. With a huge space fleet, and my dark elf mothership. Although the technology is also very high, but if it's too close to Xandar, it will definitely be detected by the Nova core. I'm afraid there will be many surprises at that time. And Fang Bing was before the departure of the mothership. The order to the crew on the mothership is, get them hooked up. Do not conflict with any force. It can only honestly and secretly detect living planets. So, this is the case now. After knowing that he had found the Xandar star where the Nova core was stationed, Fang Bing was very pleasantly surprised, because he is familiar with the plot. Xandar star. Importance in the Marvel plot. Because in the future, Star-Lord and Gamora et al. Will carry a cosmic orb containing a power gem. Come to Xandar. Start the fight. This means Fang Bing found Xandar. It is possible to participate in the competition for power gems. And before Thanos, get power gems early. Think here. Fang Bing was excited, after he thought for a while. He flew away from the spaceship alone, then, standing in space outside the space mothership. Stealth is turned on. Glancing at the blue Xandar star. Then he flew in the direction of Xandar star. Yes. He's about to fly over, because the space mothership is a technological creation. Just get close to Xandar. It will definitely not be able to escape the detection of the Nova core. And the spaceship. Fang Bing has not modified it yet. I am afraid that the Nova core will recognize it as the mothership of the Dark Elves at a glance. To know. Dark Elves don't have a good reputation in the universe. Fight with terrorists. If discovered by the Nova core, I'm afraid there is not even room for negotiation. The main cannon of the universe will be fired directly. And Fang Bing flew up by himself in stealth. Just no problem at all. Because of his invisibility, although in front of powerful figures, basically can't escape their eyes, but not afraid of any technological testing. So, although the distance is quite far, but Fang Bing's speed is not slow. He is sure. Take a few hours, successfully infiltrated Xandar. Just get to Xandar, then everything is okay. Even if it is discovered by the Nova core that it is an infiltrator. Then Fang Bing can come and go freely through the portal at any time. Only. Fang Bing had just flown for 10 minutes. When Xandar is still far away, he discovered that Xandar seems to be a bit strange. F*K. This. What the hell is going on? Fang Bing was stunned by what he saw. I couldn't help but stop the flight. He stared in the direction of Xandar with his eyes wide open. Looking at the blue planet in the distance, puff. Torn apart is not enough to describe. Instead, it was directly blasted into powder. Round and round shockwave, also centered on Xandar. Spread toward the surrounding deep space. Fine. Fang Bing is far away after all. It didn't affect his position. But Fang Bing's head felt dizzy at the moment. People are also numb. Does it? What's the situation? What year is it now? How did Xandar blow up? Wrong. Xandar star. It doesn't matter what year it is. It never exploded, even if it was found by Thanos. When stealing the power gem, they are only half of the population by forced family planning. And now, the whole planet exploded, it's absolutely nothing left. All creatures are dead. The Nova Legion will be destroyed as well. And the stars of Xandar are all gone. How did the plot develop after that? Where can I find my power gems? Grass, grass, grass. Fang Bing couldn't help saying a series of plant names. Can no longer calm down. Actually, all this happens. Or because of the arrival of Fang Bing, disrupted the timeline. The origin of the matter. Let us start with the Earth in the 1980s. More than 20 years ago, there is a boy on Earth. Name is Peter Quill, although at the time his name not yet known, but 20 years later, another name for him, but it is widely circulated in the universe. Star-Lord. More than 20 years ago, the incarnation of the god Ego came to the Earth. Yes, god Ego. It's the living planet that Fang Bing was trying to feed. Then, He fell in love with a woman on Earth. A child was born. This child is Star-Lord. Subsequently, the God Egg became a scumbag. Abandoned Star-Lord's mother. Run away, leaving the young Xingju and his mother behind. We live together on Earth. As for Xingju's later experience, it's even more nonsense. Oh no, it's even more fantastic. When he was less than 10 years old, my mother suddenly had brain cancer. And died before him. It's not over yet. Fantastic, yes. When his mother had just died, his scumbag god Daddy Egg just spent money to hire a gang of interstellar pirates. Go to the Earth and kidnap the young Star-Lord. Originally, Sky God Ego meant to want this gang of interstellar pirates. Bring his son. I absorbed it for myself. Dominate the universe for yourself. Make a contribution. But Yondu, the leader of the interstellar pirates who kidnapped Star-Lord, but a very humane person, he found himself a child sent to the planet of the god Ego before. The whereabouts of all are unknown. Questions arose about the fate of these children. Then, he does it out of mercy. He didn't give the little Star-Lord to the god Ego. Instead, he adopted little Xingju as his adoptive son. Stay in this interstellar pirate group. Then, 20 years later, an interstellar pirate named Star-Lord was born. Then, in a few days ago, the Star-Lord alien came to the abandoned planet Morag. He wears a space pirate's special tech battlesuit, wearing a tech mask. The body is full of technological props and weapons. Landed on the planet Morag, with a headset. Use a Walkman. Listen to when the mother is still alive. Give him the Madden Song's Great Empire First Series. Sway to the song. Swing into a temple. Then, he saw the depths of the temple, that hidden spherical treasure. He uses the technology props that he carries with him. Take out this called the Universe Spirit Ball. In fact, it is a treasure of power gems, swaying happily all the way. Ready to leave. But, at this time, Ronan's men show up. Blocked his way. Ronan, it's a Kree. Belonging to the Zealots among the Kree. Fanatical pursuit of power. But, even such fanatics, I also have great admiration for the strength of a person. Yes. That person is Thanos. And now, the reason why Ronan's men are here, or because Ronan was instructed by Thanos. Come to find the cosmic spirit ball, and a fork in the road that is different from the original plot. Appeared here for the first time, in the original plot. Ronan is a fanatic, just hired by Thanos. Come to find the cosmic spirit ball, in exchange. When Ronan handed Thanos the cosmic orb, then Thanos will help him destroy Xandar. Later, Ronan did win the cosmic spirit ball from Xingju and others. That is the power gem. But, when Ronan gets the power gem, he regretted it. There is no option to give the power gem to Thanos. Instead, I chose to inlay it on the scepter. Then with a scepter inlaid with a power gem. Invaded Xandar, trying to destroy Xandar. But it was stopped by Xingju's awkward dance. And Ronan was also killed. As for the power gem, it was also handed over by Star-Lord to the Nova Corps of Xandar for safekeeping. Then, a few years later, Thanos, who didn't get the power gem before, for the power gem in the hands of the Nova Legion, invaded and planned Parenthood Xandar, take away the power gem. But, in this time and space, things went the other way from the start. Because Fang Bing stepped in, leading to the 5 Obsidian generals under Thanos. Almost lost everything early, and Thanos in order to find some younger brothers. Help him with work. So, I chose to launch a recruitment order in the universe. Re-pick the warriors. Take over the position of the 5 generals of Obsidian. A Ronan is a Kree fanatic. How could it be possible to pass up this great opportunity? Successfully became one of Thanos' 5 Obsidian generals. So, Ronan now, not an employment relationship with Thanos. Not a transactional relationship. Instead, he really became Thanos' subordinate. And Thanos, in order to accept the General Ronan, nature also promises, help him destroy Xandar in the future. So, everything develops, from now on, has slowly become different. Just now, these Ronan's younger brothers are blocking the exit of the temple. Still no match for Star-Lord. He was easily played by him in the palm of his hand. Easily solved. Only, when Star-Lord walked out of the temple, but found out, he was surrounded by many of Ronan's subordinates who came after him. But, Star-Lord is not a vegetarian either. After some flirting, successfully boarded his own space battleship, carrying a cosmic orb with a power gem in it. Escaped from the abandoned planet, and he pilots a spaceship. Where to go? It is the very prosperous Xandar star in the universe. He wants to be here. Find a suitable buyer. Get this treasure that Ronin wants. Sell it at a satisfactory price. But what Xingju didn't expect was, he himself, because he is a space pirate. He has long been wanted by the Nova Corps of Xandar. Not only, when he first arrived on Xandar, he was targeted by Thanos' adopted daughter Gamora. Gamora wants to snatch the cosmic orb from above. The two started a battle in the downtown, and the praying mantis catches the cicada. The titmouse is behind. Because Star-Lord is a wanted man, with a bounty on his back. So, when he and Gamora competed for the cosmic spirit orb, he was also targeted by Rocket Raccoon and Groot, who were bounty hunters. Then, the four-person melee begins. Unfortunately, the melee didn't last long. The Nova Corps of Xandar did not grow up vegetarian. The four of them were quickly arrested by the Nova Corps. The collective was sent to the Keon Interstellar Prison. And because Gamora helped Thanos and Ronin in the past, committed many sins, so, most of the prisoners in Keon Prison. Everyone hates her. The follow-up story development of Xingju and others. It is no different from the original plot. This interstellar prison of the Nova Legion. It was built on a barren meteorite belt, not on Xandar. After the four Star-Lords were imprisoned in this prison. In prison, also met a more important person. That is Dex the Destroyer. Dex the Destroyer has a sworn feud with Ronin. His wife and children were killed by Ronin, so he yearns for revenge on Ronin all the time, and Gamora, who is now in prison. Basically the whole universe knows about it. She is Ronin and Thanos' lackey. So, when Gamora was just caught on her first night in jail, something went wrong. She was caught by many prisoners in the prison. To put him to death, Dex the Destroyer also got involved. And he has to kill Gamora himself. But, in the end, Xingju still persuaded the Destroyer Dirks, who was not very good at thinking. Let him spare Gamora, and persuaded the Destroyer to join his team. So far, Star-Lord, Gamora, Trent Groot, Rocket Raccoon, Dex the Destroyer. Together in the same prison, although there are still many contradictions between them. But the future Guardians of Galaxy members are almost complete. After the five exchanged information, learned that Gamora wanted to get the cosmic spirit orb. Turns out it was about to betray Thanos and Ronin. Sell the cosmic spirit orb to others, in exchange for 4 billion money. Escape from Thanos and Ronin's clutches. Find your own freedom. Rocket Raccoon listened. F*K. Why are you catching Xingju? Star-Lord's bounty is only 40,000 yuan. Then, I didn't know that the cosmic spirit ball was the power gem. A total of 5 people who don't know that the power gem has the power of destruction. Prepare to escape collectively. Then go to the buyer of Gamora. Sell the cosmic spiritual ball for a big price. Then everyone happily shared the money. Go their separate ways. Definitely. Dex the Destroyer is an idiot. It's not about the money, he was just fooled by Xingju. He was just going to escape from prison with him to seek revenge on Ronin. Then, next under the plan of the jailbreak master Rocket Raccoon. Each of the 5 exhibited their magical powers. Both Gamora and Star-Lord are fighting masters. And the Tree Man Groot possesses the body of an indestructible Trent. And unlimited self-healing properties, definitely. It also has powerful attack means with huge amounts of strength. It is the #1 combat power in the team. And Rocket Raccoon, he is proficient in various technological equipment and firearms. Is a weapon master. Although Dex the Destroyer has a bad brain. But he has super strength and super physique. Very resistant to beating. Hit by the firearms of the prison guards. None with broken skin. That's all. After the 5 people went through a frantic operation. Successfully escaped from the prison, and they were also taken from prison guards, successfully recaptured the cosmic spirit orb. And Star-Lord's Walkman, piloting Star-Lord's captured spaceship, walk away. And after fleeing, Gamora finally revealed it to her buyer, from the land of nothingness. So, Guardians of Galaxy's next destination. It is nothingness, and what they don't know is, when they just escaped successfully, Ronin et al. The news of Gamora's betrayal has already been learned. Invaded that interstellar prison with the space fleet. Just then, Xingju and others have already run away. Star-Lords Ronin and others were not found, in order to prevent the Nova Corps from finding out that he was looking for the power gem. So, it directly destroyed the interstellar prison, killed everyone, then arranged the army, start in cosmic space within a quadrant near the prison. Urgently pursue the whereabouts of Xingju and others. And Xingju and others, the spaceship is already flying at the moment. Came to the land of nothingness, the so-called land of nothingness. In fact, it is the head of a celestial race, ancient times. This unknown celestial race, I don't know who cut off his head. Then, this head remained in this barren universe. After countless years, discovered by Collector Tanari Devon. Then, Collector Defan brought his Defan group. Settled in the head of this god. Beginning to mine the organic matter that the gods have decayed for countless years in the skull. Including bone marrow, bone, brain, etc. These things. It is a very, very precious thing in the entire universe. Although selling such things is not legal in the entire universe. Although it is very dangerous to mine, but Collector and his Defan group are powerful, still managed to occupy this area. And name it the Void, and give Gamora a price of 4 billion. The person who traded the cosmic spirit ball with her. It is the ruler of this void, Collector, Defan. So, after Xingju and others landed in the void, had a drink. There was a fight. The dashing Star-Lord also took the opportunity to develop a relationship with the green-skinned Gamora. Then, 4 Star-Lords, he was successfully summoned by Collector Defan. Why 4 people? Isn't it 5? That is because. The reason why only 4 people went to see Collector. Because of. Bad brains make Dex the Destroyer. For fighting Rocket Raccoon. Angrily, he ran away. It doesn't count if you run away. This idiot is still in nothingness. He hijacked a businessman who was communicating with the outside world. Forcing someone to contact Ronin. Volunteer to tell Ronin. The cosmic spirit ball is in the void right now. The operation is also numb. But, 4 Star-Lords. I don't know about Dex the Destroyer's showmanship. Still dealing with Collector Devon. Then. Collector's home was bombed. Definitely. Collector Diffin's house exploded. Not because of Ronin. Ronin has received a message from the 2 idiot destroyers. No matter how fast it comes, it also takes time. So. Does not teleport. Ronin's fleet, which also doesn't know how to open portals, is still on the way. And Collector Defan's home was bombed. The source is still in himself. Because of this guy. The taste is really a bit abnormal. I like to keep maids, and he was very harsh on his maid. So. When Collector Defan was trading with Star-Lord. Opened the cosmic spirit ball. Released the power gem inside. And after explaining the great power of the power gem to Xingju and others. The waiting maid heard it. She was oppressed for a long time. It may have been a long time since I wanted to kill Collector Tiffin. So. This time I suddenly heard the power gem in front of me. Has great power. Suddenly she was excited. While everyone is not paying attention. Suddenly grasped the power gem. Then. She is gone. She is of average physique. Completely unable to withstand the destructive power infused by the power gem. It exploded directly. Even the mansion with Collector and most of the warehouse were blown up. Fortunately, Xingju and others saw that the situation was not good. Quickly escaped. Definitely. Collector isn't dead either. Just got hurt. Buried under the rubble. And Xingju and others. After avoiding the explosion. Aware of the terrible threat of the power gem in the cosmic spirit ball. Don't think it can be handed over to Collector. Then he took the cosmic spirit ball and ran away. Result. They just went out. Ronin's fleet just fell from the sky. At this time, Xingju and others. Only then did I realize that Dex the Destroyer was the second idiot. Ronin has been proactively notified to come here. Run away quickly. But, unfortunately, by their strength. In the end, he still failed to keep the cosmic spirit orb. The cosmic orb was snatched by Ronin, and that 2 idiot destroyer Dex. Originally, he wanted to lure Ronin over, then hand-blade Ronin. To avenge their loved ones. Result. When he actually confronted Ronin. But found out, he couldn't even beat Ronin with one hand. Ronin was unarmed. Beat the second idiot unconscious with one hand. In the end, if Ronin didn't bother to kill him. Just throw him into the water. This guy is long dead. After. Guardians of Galaxy 5. Although one did not die. But he lost the cosmic spirit ball. And they also reunited again on the space carrier of the space pirate Yondu. At this time, Star-Lord and the others know. Ronan got the power gem from the cosmic orb. The first thing must be to destroy Xandar. Subsequently, various living planets throughout the universe. I'm afraid they will all be destroyed by Ronan and Thanos. And the origin of all this, it is because of a few of them. So, discuss with several people, so he decided to go to Xandar to stop Ronan. Protect Xandar. Take back the power gem. To this end, Xingju also persuaded his adoptive father. That is Yondu, the leader of the interstellar pirates. Let's go to Xandar together, and promise Yondu. Wait until you get the cosmic spirit ball. Take this stuff as payment. Give it to Yondu. Yondu agreed. It's just that on the mothership of the interstellar pirates, there was a rebellion. A gang of space pirates feel that Yondu has grown weak. No longer fit to be a leader. So Yondu, Xingju and others were all arrested. Ready to die. But Yondu and Xingju were not vegetarians either. Although it took some time, but in the end the rebellion was successfully resolved. Started heading towards Xandar. Only, at this time, history completely bifurcated. In the original plot, after Ronan got the cosmic spirit ball, know that there is a power gem in it, then he immediately chose to betray Thanos. Transaction terminated. I embedded the power gem on the scepter myself. Alone with his own fleet, went to Xandar. Then he was killed by Xingju and others, but in this time and space, changes have been made from the beginning. Ronan and Thanos, it was not an employment relationship in the first place. Rather subordinate. Ronan was directly recruited into the Obsidian 5 generals by Thanos. Prominent in Thanos' army. Loyal to the mighty Thanos. So, after Ronan got the cosmic spirit ball this time, didn't use it myself. Instead, it didn't open without authorization at all. Winning the cosmic spirit ball, after leaving the void, Ronan was in a hurry. Send the cosmic orb to Thanos' army. Delivered to Thanos. Then, although Thanos has always followed the strict cosmic family planning guidelines, but he promised Ronan to help him destroy Xandar. He is so talented. Naturally, it will not contradict itself. So, he directly leads the army of the space fleet. With Ronan, came to Xandar Star, and at this time, although Xingju and others have already come to Xandar early, but what they were waiting for was Ronan's Kree warship. Little did he expect Thanos' army to show up. So, they were directly discouraged. Yes. Straight away. Xingju and others. What are the identities of Li Hao? Xingju and Yondu are interstellar pirates. Rocket Raccoon and Trent Groot are bounty hunters. Gamora is the adopted daughter of Thanos, known best about Thanos' power, and terrified of him, although Dex the Destroyer is a fool. But since he was easily beaten to death by Ronan with one hand, also realized that he is a weak chicken, so people like Star-Lord, although righteous, but it's not like Captain America that can do it for strangers. Knowing that he must die, or a pure hero who went up to die with hard steel. At least they aren't right now, so my Guardians of Galaxy balked. Yondu took the interstellar pirates even more. Hide aside. He watched helplessly the Nova Corps of Xandar. Destroyed by Thanos' army, they watched helplessly. Thanos wears the Infinity Gauntlet studded with the Power Stone. A fist hammered on Xandar. Destroy the Xandar Star Hammer. Explode into powder and walk away. This is Fang Bing just about to sneak into Xandar. I saw the reason why the Xandar Star exploded. And now Fang Bing, after discovering Xandar Star exploded, although confused for a while, but soon realized, it is estimated that it is my own reason, changed the timeline. That's why Xandar was destroyed, although he didn't know what happened. The plot has changed so much, but, looking at the scene of Xandar Star exploding in front of him, Fang Bing guessed, 80% of them are made by power gems. And currently, can use power gems, and the people who came to destroy Xandar. Nothing more than Ronan, or Thanos. So, if he guessed correctly, the Ronan Kree fleet with the power gem, or destroy and his fleet, should be nearby. Not too far off. But, although Fang Bing is very envious of power gems, but he wasn't out of his wits either, whether it's Ronan or Thanos. As long as they hold the power gem, it's going to be very, very dangerous. So, Fang Bing opened the portal, back on his space mothership. Then, he didn't leave, because the Nova Corps of Xandar is now destroyed. Fang Bing no longer has to worry about getting close to Xandar. The whereabouts of the mothership were discovered by the detection equipment on Xandar. So he was going to drive the mothership. Get closer. Look for Ronin or Thanos. After you find it, decide whether to step forward and take the power gem. Even if the opponent is very powerful, can't beat it. At least take a look at each other, so that they can be found through the portal at any time in the future. And for Thanos or Ronin's fleet, Fang Bing thinks that with the mothership technology of the Dark Elves, with stealth on, it shouldn't be easy to spot. Even if it is discovered, I can't beat myself. It can also open the portal and take the mothership away. After all, Xandar is destroyed. Fang Bing didn't have to sneak in anymore. Don't worry about being exposed or not. So, after Fang Bing returned to the mothership, just order the pilots on the mothership. Remain invisible. Head towards the direction of the destroyed Xandar star. The mothership of the Dark Elves is still very fast. After a while, the mothership has arrived near Xandar. Fang Bing asked the technicians to scan the vicinity, but there was no trace of Thanos' army or Ronin's fleet at all. This made Fang Bing sigh. I feel very sorry. Only, though no Ronin or Thanos were found. But the mothership scanned a small spaceship in the distance, flying in the direction of Xandar star. Fang Bing thought for a while. I feel like I didn't get the big bucks though. A little soup water is also good. Anyway, it's an alien warship. Anyway, they are ordinary aliens, tied first. See if you have something to say to yourself. So, as the small spaceship approaches, Fang Bing ordered the invisible mothership to launch a surprise attack. Definitely, no destructive weapons were used. Instead, the EMP electromagnetic capture net was used directly. This is a weapon that comes with the mothership. Successfully netted the small spaceship, and cut off its energy completely. Then, catch net. Take this small spaceship directly. Dragged into Fang Bing's space mothership, and Fang Bing. After the capture is found to be successful, just go out in person. Go down early and wait. It's not him being the big boss. Do everything yourself. It's really on this mothership. Now other personnel. It's all too good, so. Fang Bing can only fight by himself. It also made him think about it. Do you want to imprison yourself on the earth? Prisoners who have been controlled by themselves. For example, powerful characters such as Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight. Also get it on the mothership. Otherwise, stay on Earth. In fact, it is quite a waste. But that's just the backstory. Fang Bing waits for the small spaceship to be dragged in. Still focus on this spaceship, but it's strange to him. This little spaceship, after being dragged into the mothership, there was no movement at all. No one opened the hatch and came out to negotiate. So, Fang Bing simply turned on the perspective. Looking into the spaceship, this is incredible. He found a surprise. The one hiding on the left side of the hatch. Wearing a tech mask. Armed with 2 guns, ready to attack. Isn't that the Star-Lord guy who has the body of a god but is comparable to a mortal? And the one hiding on the right side of the hatch. A small animal carrying a rocket launcher. Isn't that Rocket Raccoon? After Fang Bing glanced over, spot the 5 people inside the small spaceship. He actually knew them all. Good guy. I actually caught the funny comparisons of Guardians of Galaxy. Fang Bing looked at the gang. Hide in a small spaceship. Prepare the hatch as soon as it is breached. Just come out and sneak attack the guy. Happy. He was confused. Guardians of Galaxy is delivered to your door. Isn't this the answer? Fang Bing, who is familiar with the original plot, believed it. Guardians of the Galaxy came to the destroyed planet Xandar at the moment. And there are so many people. So, the sudden destruction of Xandar this time definitely have nothing to do with them, because Xandar was supposed to be saved by them. So, in order to wait for the truth of the matter, also to extract the abilities of the Guardians of Galaxy, Fang Bing opened a portal leading to the interior of the spaceship. Went straight in. Yes, in he uses perspective. After seeing Xingju and others inside the spaceship, he can directly open the portal leading to them. Water fake? Watch the orange portal suddenly appear inside the spaceship. And the young man stepping out of the portal. Xingju, who was hiding behind the door and preparing to sneak attack, was dumbfounded. And Rocket Raccoon couldn't help but spit up. Then, next moment, Xingju and others, with their fighting spirit, immediately face Fang Bing who just walked out of the portal. Pulled the trigger. Boom. Da 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 da. After a few seconds, they ceased fire themselves. Because they found out this young man, after their artillery attack. It was not damaged at all. Just stand where you are. Smile and look at them. That look. It's like watching a group of kindergarten children. So Xingju and the others were shocked, but after a while. The Star Lord, who has always been generous, still the first to react. Use a frivolous tone in a frivolous manner. Facing Fang Bing, he asked. Hey, brother, your clothes have good defense. Where did you buy them? Fang Bing heard what Xingju said, still did not speak. Just reach out. Unleashed Thunder Fury, inside the spaceship. In an instant, several bolts of lightning appeared out of thin air. Hit Xingju and others. But Fang Bing has the strength to control the lightning. It just knocked all four of Xingju unconscious. Only one tree figure Groot remained, not shocked. It's not that Fang Bing deliberately showed mercy to it, but because Fang Bing just entered the spaceship. Has been found. Take control of your own plants. Can directly control the tree figure Groot, so when Xingju and others attacked just now, the tree figure Groot could only stare at the side. Already completely unable to move. So, naturally, there is no need to recharge it. After taking control of the Guardians of Galaxy, Fang Bing stepped forward. 4 people who will faint to the ground. Along with Groot, pick them up together. Open the hatch. Leaving this small spaceship. Back in the reception room of the mothership. The reception room of the mothership, in the living quarters. It is specially used by the Dark Elves to receive outsiders. After arriving at the place, Fang Bing will have 3 people, 1 raccoon and 1 tree man. Throw it to the ground. Then he directly recruited a jar of jelly beans from the portable space. Open the mouths of several people one by one. Feed each of them one. Until I heard 5 system prompts in succession in my mind. Fang Bing smiled again. Then, he stepped forward. Use healing powers. Wake up Xingju and the others. Also removed the control of Groot, the tree figure. After Xingju and the others woke up, I saw that I had changed places. But he wasn't in the cell. I am very happy. Thought things had turned around. But in the blink of an eye, I saw the terrifying man who defeated all of them in that instant again. Still by their side. Just relax the mind. Immediately raised it again. And this time, Fang Bing didn't wait for Xingju to speak nonsense. Straightforward. Expressed his attitude. I'm not interested in you guys, and I don't want to kill you guys. Answer me a few questions obediently, and I'll just choose to forget about your attacks on me just now and let you go. How about that? Xingju and others listened. Believe it or not, Fang Bing. They all nodded, since I and others have not suffered any harm. The other party is so terrifying, said he just wanted to ask questions. Then just go on. Isn't it too stupid? So, Xingju and others who were very knowledgeable about current affairs. Then he began to accept Fang Bing's inquiries honestly. Half an hour later, Fang Bing asked everything clearly. He finally figured it out. Why Xandar will be destroyed. Although Star-Lord and others don't know much about the relationship between Ronan and Thanos. But they had been hiding aside before. Witness the emergence of Thanos' fleet. So, Fang Bing has basically confirmed, because of my own appearance. Resulting in changes in the timeline. It should have been exclusive to the Power Gem. Then Ronan, who was killed by the Star-Lord dance. This time, he turned to Thanos. Therefore, Fang Bing speculates. Now the Power Gem is probably in the hands of Thanos, the crazy titan. It made him feel powerless for a while, because of that Thanos guy. Without infinite gems, current self, 80% of them have been able to fight back and forth with him. As for whether you can beat it, you'll have to fight to find out. But for sure, now Fang Bing, a Thanos who is no longer afraid of normalcy. Even if you can't beat it, also completely ran away. But Thanos holding the Power Gem from infinite gems. 0. It's a completely different level of opponent. The Power Gem is called the Power Gem. That's because it's one of 6 infinite gems. One of the most destructive infinite gems. Ronan holds the Power Gem. Just let the destructive power of the Power Gem touch the ground of a planet. That could destroy the entire planet in an instant. This is visible. The power of the Power Gem. And Thanos is powerful. Ronan can't compare. After he got the Power Gem, it is certain that the power of the Power Gem can be fully exerted unimpeded. So, Fang Bing confirmed. Current self. Face off on Thanos with the Power Gem in hand. It is too dangerous. Accidentally. Infinity Gauntlet studded with power gems used by Thanos. Get a punch. It is estimated that the body will be directly destroyed. And with Thanos' physique, it is entirely possible to use the power gem without the Infinity Gauntlet. With his physique, it's entirely possible to hold infinite gems in your hand, rather than be destroyed. Then channel the power of the infinite gems into the body. Possesses the power of destruction, only. Thanos' desire has never been to seek power, instead, cosmic family planning. So, he's only been setting the power gem into the Infinity Gauntlet. Wait until all 6 gems are collected. Directly snap your fingers. The reason Fang Bing knew that Thanos had full control over the Power Stone, or because he watched movies in his previous life. I have seen Xingju and others holding infinite gems. After resisting the destructive power in it, use the power of power gems. Knocked out the mighty Ronin in one hit, and Thanos. He even touched the power gem many times with his bare hands. But it is completely immune to its destructive power. So, Fang Bing finished listening to Xingju and the others. The idea of AA finding Thanos was temporarily extinguished. Thanos with the power gem in his hand is dangerous though. But he absolutely dare not come to Earth now. Dare to come. He's already here. Time Gem does not know how many years on Earth. The Space Gem has also been on Earth for decades. The reason Thanos never came. That's why. The Sorcerer Supreme Ancient One from the Megatron multi-universe is still there. Maybe it's the miscellaneous soldiers in this universe. The existence of Sorcerer Supreme is unknown. But Thanos as the Mad Titan must know. So, he was in the original plot. We'll wait until the news of Ancient One's death spreads. Only dare to bring an army to Earth to capture the infinite gems. But even so, Fang Bing can't always count on Ancient One. Ancient One had already told him, wait for Sky to become Sorcerer Supreme after a while. She retired and feigned death. At that time, I don't know which dimension I will hide in to enjoy my old age. Anyway, I will definitely not care about the mess of the Earth anymore. So, it won't be long. Thanos will still find Earth. And once this purple sweet potato essence comes to Earth, be the first to find Fang Bing, because Fang Bing not only has Mind Gem on him, also captured Thanos' right-hand man, Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight, and Ebony Maw. So, by then Thanos is for infinite gems no matter what. Or to clear the portal, it is bound to run into Fang Bing. And Fang Bing. Naturally, it is impossible to sit still. Because even if he doesn't want to face the crazy Titan Thanos, willingly hand over Mind Gem. Also ask Sky to hand over the Time Gem. That's not okay. Because Thanos snaps his fingers when he gets 6 gems. Complete his cosmic family planning. Wipe out half of the creatures in the universe. Fang Bing didn't want to bet his life on that half chance. What's more, even if he is lucky, able to survive snapping fingers, then how can he be sure? Own family members. Are they all alive? So, Fang Bing set a goal for himself. Thanos must be killed, and get rid of it as soon as possible. At least he can't collect any more infinite gems. Otherwise, wait for this guy to get other gems. That's even harder to deal with. The power of infinite gems. In this universe, it's already top-notch. If Fang Bing can't stop Thanos from getting the rest of the infinite gems, then he wants to kill Thanos. It will become more and more difficult. And the current 6 infinite gems, in fact, Fang Bing knows the approximate location. Mind Gem is in Fang Bing's hands. The Power Stone is in Thanos' hands. The Time Gem is in the hands of Ancient One. Then only 3 gems remain. Soul Gem is on a wild planet in the universe, guarded by Red Skull, former leader of Hydra. If you can think of it, you need to sacrifice the person you love the most. Reality Gem is TIE particles, originally after Thor defeated the Dark Elves. Brought to Asgard by Thor, but it should have been sent by the Sif goddess of war by now. In the hands of the Collector of the Void. The reason why Asgard took the initiative to send Reality Gem away. It's because they feel that Asgard is storing 2 infinite gems at the same time. The risk is too great. That's right, the last space gem. Now in the Vault of Odin in Asgard. It was after the Great War in New York. Thor takes it back from Loki. Brings back Asgard Archive 0. So, Fang Bing had the final say, if Thanos is going to continue to take infinite gems. So, with both Odin and Ancient One still alive, He doesn't really have many options next. There are only two options left. First, invade the void, take out the collector, and take his saved reality gem. Second, find the barren planet and sacrifice your favorite adopted daughter Gamora to get Soul Gem. So, Fang Bing's next plan, nature is also clear. That is to prevent Thanos from obtaining these two gems. Or rather, get these two gems for yourself. But, at the moment Fang Bing thought of a question. That's the big rock that he let the Hill Dwarf clan before. The decision to help him build the Infinity Gauntlet was a bit of a problem. Because he only thought of it now, I wasn't ready to snap my fingers. Why build an Infinity Gauntlet? Why not create a set of socketable infinite gems? And what about a warframe that gives you full access to the power of infinite gems? It's like in the Marvel What If series. The same infinity armor that Ultron is wearing can be socketed with 6 infinite gems. In this way, the power of 6 infinite gems will be combined directly into itself, then directly to strength beyond the multi-universe level. Even observers can rampage. Think here. Fang Bing made a decision immediately. I'll be free later. Call the big stone out. Rearrange the forging task for him, but at present, Fang Bing still needs to finish dealing with Guardians of Galaxy. So, after asking questions, Fang Bing directly said that there was a misunderstanding. Then he sent some food generated by the gourmet maker to Xingju and others. Just sent them back to the small spaceship. Let them go. And Fang Bing. There are more things to do later. First, he has already heard from Xingju and others. Got the coordinates of the void.